One. Hello, everybody. This is TylerPreston20. I'm here with a pagan by the name of Mad Wish to talk about spirit cooking. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
I'm great. As you know, more recently, like with the Podesta emails, it's been revealed that Podesta took part in spirit cooking. Like, what is spirit cooking?
Spirit cooking, in a sense, is a new term that has popped up. A lot of people are saying that it's satanic in nature. Um, I have, however, studied the occult for many, many years, turning to paganism as I am now. Never once have I come across the term spirit cooking. Um, from what I understand of it, it's a ploy. It's kind of a red herring, if you will, a straw man, to make people like myself and others who practice the occult religions appear worse than what they truly are.
Kind of like how they say anything is like Satanism and stuff.
Exactly, exactly.
So, can you explain the ritual that we saw on video with I guess by that woman? Like, would you say that's something that's considered to be spirit cooking?
Uh, that looked more like a Harry Houdini magic show to me.
Yeah, it's almost like it seemed like the stuff that she was doing right now in that video, she was doing it just for shock value, not really to perform rituals.
Right. The what she was doing was or what was going on in that video just didn't make any sense to me personally. Although there are I'm pretty sure that you know that there are many different types of pagan religions out there.
Yeah, like
Uh,
Wiccan is one of them.
exactly. I don't fall under any category. I just generalize. But each school of practice has a different way of performing rituals and performing their magics, whether it's in a group setting or just by yourself. It's always different. It's person to person, group to group.
Right, since they're all
And
different, like, can you explain the different rituals?
um, I can only speak for myself. I am not a spokesperson for the pagan community in general. Just to put that out there. So this is me only. Um, Normally, what I do is I call spiritual guardians, or it's more commonly known as towers or corners. Calling corners is another way to put it, and that's just basically invoking the spirits of the cardinal directions, the four cardinal directions, to come to the circle and essentially give us strength, energy, and protection from whatever else. Uh, I didn't see any of that in the video. Um, Two, there's, like you said, it was the shock value. There's not really much shock value worth in any type of, especially pagan ritual.
Right, like, would you say like none of the rituals that are in the pagan community involve blood in it or any kind of seed? seed?
Oh, all shit's lost right there. Every last one of them. No, absolutely not within the general pagan community. However, again, like I said, me personally, if I'm doing, I do a lot of healing and medical spells, um, and all that really requires, if it's like a sickness or something, is I might prick my finger with a needle, you know, one drop of blood, just just for the sake, you know, kind of like how a doctor takes your blood and tries to figure out, oh, you got this. You know, it's kind of like that same sense, but that amount of blood, no, no, absolutely not.
Okay. When you say spells, like what kind of spells do you do?
Like I said, the healing medical spells is my main my main thing, more of a healer type. If you want to go D&D on this shit. But I also do seasonal rituals. I mainly do Samhain and Beltane, but that
What is sewing and belting?
Samhain is modern day Halloween. So,
Oh, okay. So that's where it came from. Okay.
yeah, well, I say modern day Halloween, but that's the closest thing. It falls around the same time. So that's people, especially in the Western world, tend to associate better with Western holidays.
Like I thought like the Halloween kind of celebration came directly from the Irish. Would that be the same as like holiday Halloween would be like the same thing before it was called Halloween?
Halloween is actually the Catholic holiday.
Huh.
It's not pagan at all.
Interesting. Would you say
Uh,
like I know that Christmas is pagan, right?
I, eh, technically, but again, it was a there's a whole history behind the Christianization of Europe, and it really started in Rome. And as it was spreading out, the two religions, the old pagan religions and the new Christian religion, the Catholic religion, tried to mingle. And the way that the Catholics, or I should actually just use the Judeo-Christian term, converted and basically snuffed out, or tried to snuff out, I should say, the old pagan religion was by integrating with it, adopting some of its cultures, some of its rituals, and flipping it basically on its ass and making it for Judeo-Christians instead of for pagans. For instance, Sunday, especially Greco-Roman, Sunday was a holy day. That's when they worship the sun god. Now it's when you go to church and worship Yahweh.
Right. And then there's also like I guess you can say like the tree is like one example of the pagan element because it came directly from paganism. And there's also like I believe like the log that's also from it too, if I'm correct.
Yeah, the Yule Log. That's what the holiday is called, is Yule, Yule. And but yeah, the burning of the Yule Log uh, was was a very big part of the pagan tradition back then. And yes, the evergreen tree, the Christmas tree, was essentially we get nice shiny boxes and stuff wrapped up in bows and whatnot underneath the tree. Well, the ancient pagans used to stick offerings under the tree like candles, and basically the Yule time is the birthing of the sun god, and was basically an offering to the sun god to say, hey, come back, we're kind of cold here, we need food, we need to start farming again.
Right. And as far as the other clip in the video, which was like the snake stuff, like is there any kind of rituals that involve snakes?
No, there is not. Absolutely not. Snakes, however, can be like, if you have like a statue of a snake or like a picture of a snake or something, it can be used as a type of medium, I guess you can say. But otherwise, as far as I know, unless there's somebody crazy out there who doesn't If they listen to Hollywood, yes, but if you listen to people who actually practice the religion, there's it's basically I'm a solitary practitioner. That means I practice by myself. There's my cats might run in, try to knock over one of my candles or something, but no animals. There's no animals. Like I said, there might be like a statue or maybe a feather. I know a lot of pagans and witches like to have feathers on their altars, but no, no.
Right, like I think that at the very most, the most people that I could see that, are handling snakes are actually the Christians, like I forgot the name of the denomination now. It was like one of those people that actually did the snake handling.
Uh, I'm trying to the denomination that of Christianity that handles snakes.
I lost the name of it too. I remember like it was I think a few years back where that guy actually died from the snake handling.
Well, snake handling's a dangerous job. I used to have a python, and it got a little too big, so I had to get rid of it. I mean, snakes are they can be the most gentlest, sweetest creatures ever, but then again, when they're hungry, they see something small, they're going to try to eat it. It's,
What's your thoughts about Christians calling like I guess any kind of thing to do with paganism, Satanism?
uh, well, the whole reason why I started, I also have a YouTube channel myself. The whole reason why I started it is because of another YouTuber who is a born again Christian, and everything to him is satanic. I just recently did a video about him calling gamers and people who like, I mean, Batman, saying that we're not men. It's like I got two kids. I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. I work. I go to school. It's like, how much more do I need to do to be considered a man? But everything is the devil and Illuminati, and just I just want a gallon of bleach. Just
By any chance, was that guy the Vigilant Christian? I thought so.
oh oh I oh just tries to ruin my childhood, my livelihood.
Yeah, like he says everything is satanic, like anything, like Batman, Spider-Man, like any kind of thing you like is satanic.
Yeah, and then he's like be a real man, get outside, get out and exercise. And it's like, yeah, I have a mountain bike. I trailblaze a lot. I love it. I'm a fat guy, I got no excuse. I'm fat, but I still get out. I don't have a car, so to get to work every day, I walk. And that's I get my fresh air. I get my fresh air.
What convinced you to become pagan?
Uh, well, I was born into the Catholic religion, Catholic school, Sunday school, everything, the whole 9 yards. Uh, that was with my biological father. When I moved back to my mother, I went to my grandmother's church, and I became Protestant. And from there on, as I got older, I started to question. I started to question a lot about what it means to be a good person. Not what it means to be a Christian, what it means to be a good person. Because back then it was, you're a fag, you're going to hell. You're a transsexual, you're going to hell. You're not a Christian, you're going to hell. And it was just all this hate, and I just didn't feel right. So it was like, what is it to feel? What is it to be a good person? And it's like, one, stop hating everything. And from then on, I became agnostic, if you can call it that. Not full blown atheist. I still believe that there was a God out there, or some form of higher power. So I started doing research into other religions, of Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, everything. And through my transitions and through my studies, I finally found what settled right with me, and that was being a pagan. Being a pagan and looking at all the mythologies that we have today and studying the pagan religions, I felt more at ease, more comfortable, and just a weight lifted, just that hate just like flowed out and just gone. I'm not saying I don't hate people anymore. I'm not saying I don't hate other things. I do hate a lot of things, but it's not because of my religious beliefs. It's because of my opinions and my thoughts on it.
Okay, as far as the whole pagan community is concerned, like there's different kind of, you can say, mythology to it. Like how many are there? Like a multitude, like I guess the Norse and the Romans, right?
Well, you have your common, your Norse, your Celtic, your Greco-Roman, Egyptian. Those are the Mayans. Those are your base forms. Those are the more common because that's what people talk about. But if you really want to get down into it, there's since man stood on his legs and lost the hair on his back, it's been there in one form or another. It's been there.
Yeah, because almost all the stories that you hear tend to be just retelling of older stories.
Very true. I mean, you could actually even see that even in between cultures. In between cultures, you see it a lot, and then even in between religions, you see it. There's a lot of common things from the Greco-Roman culture that you see in Celtic, and then that moved on to the Norse. And then, I mean, the Norse was a very diverse unit, all because of the Vikings, conquered a lot. So of course they're going to go to different cultures and everything else. But then you also have religions that do it. The Christian Bible has so many paganized phrases within its chapters.
Right. As far as deities are concerned, like each person who's a pagan has their own different deity.
Well, exactly, because since there's such a multitude. I mean, the Hindu religion has 10,000 gods. So each individual group or each individual person does have their own set of Patheon. Some people decide to go with just one Patheon. Some people like to mix and match. I'm one of those people who likes to mix and match. And sometimes we like to have like one primary deity, like that's like our deity. That's the one we go to the most. And then we might have like a few others scattered about that, this deity can help me out with this more so, if that makes any
Okay,
sense.
so if a person happens to go to the path of the Greeks, like they think that Zeus is the supreme deity and everybody else is lower.
I'm not quite sure I understand that quite. So Zeus is on top,
And then everybody else on the bottom.
and then all the other Olympians.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, it's like yeah,
And I guess it's the same thing applies for the other kind of myths that they follow too, right?
right. Well, except the a lot of my Norse friends, Odin, the Allfather, highly respected, highly very loved. but the one who's more so loved than he is,
It's Thor.
is Thor. That's that's the embodiment of manlyhood. Thor.
He could just strike lightning down.
Carry that big hammer. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want that?
Right. Okay, any final thoughts about the whole entire Podesta emo stuff? And what do you think about people who are just saying satanic everywhere about this?
Do your research. Honestly, do your research. Go to the source, not to the your Christian sources or people who are talking bad about it. Don't look towards Hollywood. Don't look at Harry Potter and think that's what we do. Don't think that D&D is what we do. It's on a completely, totally different level. Go to pagan websites. Go to pagan forums.
On what pagan websites, by the way?
There's so many. So many. I can't even list anything.
Okay, just at least one of them.
Pagannet.com pagannet.com is a good source for information. That's more for like the Wicca path. But they do scatter in like some Norse and Celtic stuff in there as well. But the only other thing I can say is, if you're not understanding that, go to a pagan. I mean, there's a lot of knowledgeable people out there.
Right, this is exactly why I asked you, because I had no idea about this whole entire spirit cooking stuff until you came here.
Yeah, I seen that tweet and I'm like,
Thanks again for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. And I hope you get your subscribers back. I feel sorry about your other channel getting deleted.
No problem. Take care.
I'm a huge fan.